Everybody shut up and action. So is Munna Bhai M.B.B.S a good movie? Hell yeah. I mean, this is a childhood favorite of mine. I've watched this multiple times as a kid, and now I'm watching it again as I've grown up because I just wanted something to watch for fun. And I saw this on Prime and I was like, you know, it's been a while since I've seen this, and I'm craving it, so might as well rewatch. And oh my god, this movie's a beauty. Every time I watch it, I see it from a new perspective. I understand it better because obviously I'm growing up. I see different elements of the movie that the director might have had included into it to kind of explain stuff subtly or through subcontext. But you know, you understand movies differently as you grow and change and learn more about the world and yada yada yada. But you know, this is a really banger movie. The entire story of this movie is essentially a gangster has his idea. A gangster is faking himself and his identity as a doctor for his parents. Every time his parents visit, he creates an entire clinic faking that he's actually a doctor, but in fact he's just a gangster who ransoms people for money, kidnaps people, ransoms them back for money. He does that kind of goon work. And yeah, and then a doctor finally exposes him for who he actually is, and now he's on his way to try and get revenge on the doctor by actually getting his medical degree. A kind of honorable way to get back at someone who's exposing you and ruin your relationship with your parents, if I might say. But yeah, this is a really heartwarming movie, and it's one of the most intriguing movies to watch, especially when you see the perspective of the fact that this man is a gangster. He's cheating his way through med school. He's being unethical in every way, shape, and form. But at the same time, compared to all the doctors and people who are working in the hospital, he feels more human. He feels more empathetic, I think the word is. I don't know. But like, you put in situations where you feel like you're connecting with this goon as a better doctor, as a better potential for a doctor than the actual doctors who are working in the hospitals. And it's just a really interesting take because he feels like he's more of a human, actually looking out for human well-being compared to the hospital doctors. Even though the doctors don't seem particularly evil, it just feels like the system in place is preventing them from actually being able to do proper work, even though they're also their status and the feeling of superiority also plays a big role in their sort of superiority complex that kind of makes appearances in this movie. Though that's only in a certain few people. But honestly, overall, this movie is actually a really entertaining look on how doctors interact with patients and just the hospital system, and where there are problems, where there's not problems, and how people like Munna, who are goons, trying to cheat the system, become doctors, but like learn the truth about how difficult the medical practical field is in general. Like, oh my god, I want to save a patient, but you know, not giving a patient who has cancer a hug is going to cure them. You know, like obviously, like that feels like that's an obvious case, but it feels like you really until you watch this movie, it feels like you don't really understand just the value of a hug and how that can just change someone's life entirely. If someone's going through a mental illness, hugging them at the right time, saying the right words can just reevaluate their entire life, change their entire life in general. Like, a hug is a valid treatment for certain things in life, and oh my god, like, this movie just changes your perspective on a lot of stuff in the medical field and brings awareness to you of a lot of things that need changing to fix our system and the medical field and the medical system we have that is meant to look out for us in general. But yeah, this is just a really interesting and funny movie. Obviously, it's a Munna Bhai movie, which is set to be a comedy while also teaching you some really nice life lessons. The story of a goon trying to make his parents proud of him. Yeah, I don't know. This movie is really heartwarming. It's really one that touches you to your soul. I really, really love this movie. Is it immersive? At times it is. Are the songs good? Some hit, some miss. That's just typical for some Bollywood movies. It's not that crazy in that perspective. It's a funny movie for sure. Is it rewatchable? Of course. I mean, I've seen this movie multiple times growing up, and every time I learn more and more, love it more and more, and honestly, I just love the acting performances, and I love the characters. You really fall in love with the character of Munna, who he is, his personality, his entire persona, and everything he does, and just how he is as a person. He kind of inspires you, except for the aspect of him that is a goon, but it does show that everyone has capabilities to do anything and change and do that kind of great work, you know, and just change the public view, change the world for the better. It kind of has that entire vibe going on, and you really, 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 really do love this movie once you're done watching it, or at least that's the case for me. I hope you guys check it out, because I really love this movie, and I would love for you guys to love it as well. This is Munna Bhai M.B.B.S. I give it a 90%. Definitely one to check out. Peace.